5 undeniable signs of an Aquarius man in love. Are you wondering how an Aquarius man shows affection? Perhaps you're dating one and wondering how he really feels about you. Maybe you're frustrated at his inability to open up. If you are, watch on. This guide reveals the 5 undeniable tells that an Aquarius man is in love with you. What are the undeniable signs that an Aquarius man is in love? If you want to know that you are heading down the right path with the Aquarius man in your life, then we will provide the ultimate signs for you to look out for so you can be 100% sure that he is going towards saying the words, I love you. He is friendly, sporty, and usually has a warm buzz around him. Typically, unconventional, this mischievous sign is someone women love, and with good reason. After all, even if he has just met you, this engaging sign will make you feel at the top of the world. The trouble comes with getting the Aquarius man to show that he is in love. Whilst excellent friends and well-known flirts, they want to do anything they can to make you happy, and they hate to see you sad or upset. They want to love and help you and are always keen to be seen as lovers and a best friend. They also want the prime position in your life, but getting them to a point of sharing can be a hard slog. Whilst friendships are very important to them, and he might have been the one to strike up a conversation with you, and you will probably have seen that he is very interested in you at first, and he is surrounded by people, but you might seem to be stuck in a friend zone. But now that you are in a relationship or spending time together, how can you know if he is falling in love? We know it's tough to find the reasons behind how an Aquarius man acts, so let's get into the signs that an Aquarius man is in love. 1. He's testing you. An Aquarius in love can be hard. They try to almost self-sabotage a relationship, and they like to test that your intentions are pure. He wants to see if you can handle all the facets of his personality. Whilst they have emotions and are caring people, they like to stay on the logical side of things. An Aquarius finds love a scary prospect, and sometimes, you will see that he has started to test you. He will either want to devote everything to you, 1 minute and neglect himself, and then will also be blowing a little cold, wanting to take a step back and see if he really can trust you. They aren't trying to be malicious, but the real of the zodiac is an opposite of someone like a Capricorn, and they like to be open-minded with real equality, and they need to see that someone is just right for them. They want someone headstrong and independent, someone they can be really proud of. They want to love so much, and want to leave themselves at the door. They look for appreciation, and can easily hurt feelings, so beware of this. He might be suffering mood swings, and showing high expectations for what you should be doing. As mentioned, Aquarius men are looking for someone that can be a friend to them. They are looking to see people behind the facade, and are keen to understand the real you. To a smart Aquarius, they want to get you into a situation to see what you are really like as a person, and how you react so they can see if you are acting in a way that's true. An Aquarius can seem distant and then close to you, and whilst this can be confusing, this is a sign that the Aquarius man is very close to being in love with you. If he starts to pick up the phone a lot more, you can be sure that you have passed the test, whatever it was. 2. He wants you around him. Known as the sociable butterfly with lots of friends, the Aquarius is someone who is able to have only a few close connections. For him, his inner circle is something very special to him. And if he is sharing his thoughts and also sharing secrets with him, ideally in his house, you will be set. He also loves art and movies, and he is likely to be very keen to involve you in this area of their life if he is really enjoying time with you. If you are worried about being just another friend for him, then you need to just hold on and wait to see. He is a slow sign in this area, despite being incredibly smart. Air signs are very mentally driven, so he is hopefully having deep mental conversations with you, and is trusting you with his ideas, dreams and visions. You may have heard that these men are sometimes called dreamers, and he will be definitely feeling in love if he feels comfortable in sharing these with you. 3. He's physically intimate. Aquarius men have a hard time with intimate relations that need them to express their emotions. He will want to show you a lot of affection, but you might see that he is usually more reserved in public. But instead, in private, he is likely to show you a lot of his passion. If he is in love, he will almost definitely be showing you this in a place where he feels safe and protected, even if he seems detached when you are out in public. It's key that if you want to get him to open up physically, that you invite the situation to happen. He is not necessarily the kind of guy who puts romance front and center, And he is likely to be treating you a lot like a friend or a movie buddy, and this could leave you feeling a bit unsure of if this is going the right way. This is the ultimate sign. An Aquarius is someone who really values friendship and is very keen to have that stability first before any romance blossoms. You may notice that you are starting to spend more and more time together, and he might be interested in helping you learn things, perhaps a sport or music. This is a definite way of showing love. 4. He's very interested in what you have to say. An Aquarius man is someone who really wants to connect with you, but they can be detached in their own emotions. A natural analyst, they love knowing people, but at the same time, he will not be a fan of you prying into his business. As mentioned, he likes to build that friendship first, and is very keen on making a lifelong connection. Ideally, if he is falling in love, you will have seen that he has started to deep dive into your likes, dislikes, and your past, present, and future. He will seem to know all your favorite books and movies, and will be happy to discuss almost anything with you. An Aquarius man is someone who is very excited by knowing you inside out. Because they are very intelligent, an Aquarius usually has a lot to think, but he might not say a lot. There is a reason behind this. There are Aquarius who are very interested in going with the flow, who want open relationships and flings, and then there are the more typical Aquarius men, who believe that there is another half to their whole. This is a very romantic notion, that may be conscious or unconscious, and this means that this sign of man could be seen as very romantic, but in fact, he might not express this, and he has something in his mind, in his soul even, that he knows makes you a good fit or a bad fit for him. He wants to see that you are on his level, and he will likely play a game where they don't say anything. You might think that he is not as smart as Aquarius men have led you to believe, but beware. He doesn't want to let you know what he is really looking for. In short, he doesn't want to give too much away. Ask him what he is looking for and he will be very coy indeed. This is a really serious way of them assessing if you are their other part. If you have found that he is opening up and sharing his intelligence, showing you that he loves parts of you, this is also a great sign that he is in love. He won't be scared of asking bold and intense questions to get to know you better, and he would be very interested in learning new things and going on adventures with you as well. Look out for the next invite to a trip away with him. 5. He will show you he can care. As well as sharing his secrets, he might also show other emotions: anger, fear, sadness. The saying "boys don't cry" was almost made for Aquarius men, and he is someone who is a closed book. If he is showing you these real sides of his personality, or if he even says that he loves you, this is a sign that you can take as totally genuine. On top of this, you will see that he wants to fit into your life, and will be keen to integrate with your family and friends, anyone that you are close with. Because he likes to make life better for his partner, he will be keen to try and show you that he appreciates you. If you show you are vulnerable, he will be keen to jump to your defense and help you out. Again, it's all part of the contradiction in this sign. Because he isn't traditional, getting a label such as girlfriend is also a pretty big deal. They really want to keep romantic things at an arm's length, so if you have not only been accepted into their inner circle, but you have also had a title, this is a very good sign. Ideally, you will have seen the Aquarius man push and pull, disappear even, but if he is starting to connect with you in your life, this is a sign he is in love. Don't forget that this distancing will be something that comes with a relationship with an Aquarius, and this is something that will naturally happen if he feels you are too clingy, or not as independent as he had hoped. This is just something to beware of. How's it going with your Aquarius man? Are you having issues with the Aquarius man in your own life? What challenges have you met with so far? We know that pursuing this sign can be something that really puts off this sign, so you need to spend a lot of time sitting tight and waiting for them to see things their way. He needs independence, and pressure has to be off the table from you to really make the relationship last. If he is still around, the chances are that he is still very interested in you. Sadly, this is not much to go on, but it is just the way they are. But you can be comforted that if you pass all the tests and are seen as someone that can really match up to this strong water-bearing air sign, you will be in for a relationship of real equality with a man who sees you as a real friend, and together, you can enjoy experiences and adventure. If one of your friends or family is also trying to work out this kind of contradiction, please share this video with them or direct them on your social media, so they can take a look at the signs and see if there is hope. Signs. How do you tell if an Aquarius man is in love with you? An Aquarius man is a deep thinker and being. If he is in love with you, he's bound to share the deepest parts of his life and thoughts with you, much like he's never done with anyone before. They love being vulnerable to those they love, though this can be shocking coming from a 6-foot muscular man. How do Aquarius act when they like someone? The Aquarius man hides his feelings until he's confident that the person can handle it. They're very private people, and as such, they are only vulnerable and available to people they have taken a liking to. On their own, they're closed up and hate being exposed to strangers. How do you make an Aquarius man miss you? Leave behind some of the items that can linger on his mind, or make yourself very scarce in his life. An Aquarius man is bound to notice the distance and work toward correcting it. Another way to make such a man miss you is to delay in replying calls and messages and showing him how independent you are of him. This drives them crazy. What are Aquarius men like? Aquarius men are thoughtful, intellectual, expert communicators, and extremely charismatic. These traits make them get along very well with Geminis. This air sign is often associated with eccentricity and platonic relationships, such that dating them is very fun and free. What an Aquarius man needs in a relationship. To keep an Aquarius man's interest, you have to stimulate his mind at all times. He can be unpredictable, mutable, and emotionally unbalanced at times and, as such, might not be willing to be tied to someone permanently. They need to know that you can be trusted fully, and that they can be vulnerable to you, for them to stay committed.